Hey, what's happening? It's Tim with Nomad Trading. It's been a minute. Haven't been doing the live streams as much, but I wanted to do one today real quick because I got a minute before I go eat some dinner with my kiddos. And it's a rare day where I made over $1,000 in a day, which is pretty rare for me. I trade relatively small. Those of you who are not new to the channel know that I trade pretty scared and safe most of the time. So it's not very often that I have over $1,000 a day. So I thought that was pretty cool. Thought I would share that. Usually I have up or down, a couple hundred, 300, 400, $500 days. So yeah, I wanted to share that. And then also talk about the crazy stocks that are running today, the hottest stocks, the ones that are moving after hours as well. So I thought we'd just jump on here real quick and do that. Also, real quick, before I get into that, if you're interested in having like a little piggy bank where your money gets rounded up every time you spend money, like at McDonald's or anywhere, it rounds up to the nearest dollar and invest that money into an investment account for you, which you can withdraw whenever you want. So it's kind of like a little savings account that invests just your spare change. Click the link in the description for Acorns. I would greatly appreciate that. It's a way to support me in the channel. It would be awesome if you did. If not, that's totally cool too. Anyway, so let's jump into this. As you can see, I made this. Let's see, the stock I made most of my money on was HYLN. I'm still holding some of that. We'll see how it goes into tomorrow. As I talked about on my recent video, check it out if you haven't already. Talking about the unicorn stocks and the stocks that just run like crazy. It seems like now when I think a stock is done, very often they keep going. So that's my theory on this. I took half of it off, a little bit more than half of it off, and that was a substantial win. Up here you can see that I made $966 in this account today. Most of that was due to HYLN. I did not trade the Nomad Trading account, so that one's just staying where it's been for a long time. And this account here, almost 1,000 on that. And then over here, thanks for the likes, by the way. Anybody who liked the video, I appreciate that. That's super awesome. Thank you. Let me jump over here. I'm trying to pull up my other platform right quick. Give me just a moment. Then here is the other count. So this one here, $242.50 up on this. That was due to a small trade on SNDL and a couple of trades on SOS. So between the two accounts that I actually traded today, $1,200 realized. I'm up another, I think, 600 or so right now on HYLN. So I've got tons of room if it comes down on me tomorrow that I can get out before I lose money on it. But figured it was worth holding some of it and seeing if maybe it runs tomorrow. We'll just have to wait and see. It's held up fairly well after hours, so that's better than it could be. And yeah, gonna watch that in tomorrow and hold some of that at least into pre-market and see where we're at with that. Maybe gap up, maybe not. Worst case scenario, I'll sell for break even because my down here, I already owned some of it, and I actually, funny story, like a total noob idiot, I tried to place a stop loss because this thing's been fading, and so I was like, man, it's getting down there where it's at like probably multi-month or at least a month lows. So I was going to set a stop loss on half my shares. Accidentally sold half my shares because I fat fingered it and clicked the wrong button. So yeah, even after doing this for like 5 years, I still every now and then, like an idiot, click the wrong button. So instead of setting a stop loss, I instinctively clicked sell on a limit order and sold half my shares, only to turn around and see that it got news that came out, which I wasn't even expecting the news. I was just holding it thinking it would be a decent swing play, and it ended up getting news. and flying. So I ended up buying the shares that I accidentally sold down here at like a $300 loss or 200 something dollar loss, and rebuying them way up here on this pullback. So it pulled back, I rebought those shares, and then it went, rocketed up after that. So that's what I did with that. That's my story on HYLN. So I'm holding the rest of my shares, which are averaged way down here. Plenty of room if it starts going down. Other than that, let's see what else was running. Let's look at the other stocks. And I'll click back over into the chat so I can see if there's anybody has anything or is in here. Also, before I forget, if you're watching this later on or whatever, there's a link to my Discord. I did open a Discord on, it's on my YouTube channel on the community tab. If you click on that, there's a link to my Discord. If you want to join that, I kind of pop in and out of it here and there, and there's other people kind of popping in and out of that, so we're kind of trying to grow that. Try to get one of those Discord groups that everybody's talking about these days. Be trendy and cool. Anyway, so yeah. Link to Discord in community. I'm putting this in the chat. Community tab on YouTube homepage. Okay, so CTRM, this thing's been running for several days. I wanted to talk about this for a brief second just because it's traded 603 million shares today. Not that exciting of a day as far as how it's gone today. If you look here, it's been pretty sideways, but it's had multiple days of running, and it traded 603 million shares. So it's definitely worth noting in that situation. Let's zoom out a little bit. So yeah, it looks like it kind of broke out around 90 cents, and after that it's gone all the way to almost $2. So it's been a pretty solid runner for multiple days now. Lots of volume today. Probably got a little bit crowded, but that happens. So it's kind of sideways consolidating, and then we'll see tomorrow if that one can continue up or if it's going to pull back down. It's got some room to pull back. So if you're holding this and you got a lower average, you do have some room on it because the uptrend would be down here. It could pull back considerably down to like 140s, even 130s, and be okay as far as holding your uptrend goes. So we'll see what happens. Will it pull back quite a bit, or will it continue up to the moon? These days stocks go beyond the moon. They go to Mars or Pluto or wherever you would like to call beyond the moon. SOS was a big one today. It was one I made some money on. Currently up back near its highs, so that's cool. Might be a one to watch tomorrow if you're looking for stocks to watch tomorrow. It looked like it was going to die. It kind of follows Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin play, to my understanding anyway. Honestly, I don't get too deep into what the companies are most of the time. I just trade the tickers, but I think this is a Bitcoin play. Yeah, it is actually, because it says down here Bitcoin mining rigs. So yeah, Bitcoin play. That's why you see a lot of these swings. If Bitcoin drops, a lot of these Bitcoin plays will drop also. So sometimes they don't make the most sense as far as trying to trade them from a technical standpoint. It's a little bit more difficult sometimes because of that. Because if Bitcoin drops, then they may drop, even if from a technical standpoint it doesn't seem like they should, they will. Sometimes even farther than you expect. It just depends on the volatility of Bitcoin. But anyway, we're up here near the day highs. It found a little bit of resistance up here near 7, around 7, and here it is again after hours. It's rocketed up, and it's around that area again. As you can see down here on the daily chart, we've curled up nicely, and we're kind of hitting up in this area of resistance / consolidation here. But still has room to run to 8, maybe even 9, or if it gets beyond that, definitely could go up there to $12. Just depends on, I think, what Bitcoin does and what the sector does, where it goes from here. But holding up rather nicely. Every time it pulls back big, it ends up recovering so far today. So that's a good thing. Let's see, what else did we have real quick. And also, by the way, just to look at SNDL, I made money on that, but that one faded all day. Crazy volume on that, 2.9. So basically 3 billion shares traded today. I mean, that is absolutely unreal. 3 billion shares traded. Crazy amounts of volume on that thing. As you can see, it found some resistance up here. Where did it find resistance? Right here. Same spot as it did over here on this this high, and then also right here. So same area as what happened here. Kind of gapped up to that area and has faded down, which happens. That's where technical analysis can come in. But with this kind of volume, you never know what's going to happen. If we zoom out a bit, the pot sector was running. That's what this is. This is the pot sector, and this is just a case of the entire sector selling off for whatever reason. I don't know what exactly led that to happen or if there was a reason behind it, but if you looked at it yesterday and it gapped up big and then ended up selling off, but it wasn't just them. If you look at like ACB is a pot sector stock, same thing, gap up and then huge down day selling off all day. Another pot stock, I can't think of too many of them off the top of my head. POTN might have been one. Yeah, Pot Network, another one that gapped up, faded down. So basically the entire sector did that. And it seemed like all the money kind of moved from the weed sector, the pot sector, over to the Bitcoin sector, which has also been kind of running, but, you know, today it seemed like it was really taking off, almost like the money moved over there from the weed sector, the pot sector. So I think that's always interesting to note. That's one of the criteria for finding the rockets and the stocks that are going to go like crazy. For a while there, it was SPACs. It's been Bitcoin before. It's been pot stocks before. Finding that hot sector, EV, the electric vehicles sector. You find that hot sector, and then you get some news, and you get stocks running. Then everybody's kind of piling on those stocks in that sector, and you can get the crazy runners in those situations. Let's see, we talked about SOS, CTRM. We talked about FSR was another one. This one's looking good after hours. It was selling off, most of the day, and then is up now from 15, 20-ish. Up over $1 a share. So on the daily down here, we had a huge move all the way up here to a high of what looks like $22. Faded all the way back down, started consolidating. We're in that level, that area of consolidation here still, but now it's trying to fight to break out of that. So we'll see if it can break out of this consolidation and maybe head back up. It's holding up nicely, so you got a good level of support if you're holding that. Just interesting, thought I'd bring it up because it's a late day mover. What else did we have? I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I have to meet some friends. Don't have to. I want to. I'm going to meet some friends with my kiddos and my brother and his family for dinner here shortly. So wanted to jump on here quick and kind of just cover some of these big stocks. And like I said, I mean, I'm not too big to admit. I'm not some crazy big, awesome YouTube stock guru that's too proud to admit that I get excited if I have over $1,000 day. I do. If I make over $1,000 in a day, I'm pretty excited about that. And any job that I've had, my jobs that I've had in my lifetime, none of those ever paid me $1,000 in a day. So obviously it's not easy, and you don't get $1,000 days all the time. I don't. Some people do, but I don't. So when I have $1,000 day, today was a $1,200 day, and I haven't even, if I realized all of my HYLN, it'd be more like a $2,000 day. But anyway, yeah, I don't have days like that all the time, so I get excited about it. I wanted to share it with you guys, show you that it's possible even with not trading very big share size, because I didn't have like 1,000 shares of HYLN or anything. You don't have to trade huge size and huge money to make some decent gains. What else? Anything else? I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. So, might just jump off of here and go grab me a beer at the restaurant while I wait for everybody else to get there. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. The market's been choppy. I haven't been paying as close of attention to the news as to like the stimulus and whatnot, what's been going on with that the last few days. So I don't know if it's due to that or not, but we had big market sell-off here, and it recovered yesterday, and then today, pretty good sell-off, recovered. So kind of choppy overall. Makes it harder to get the really crazy runners whenever the market's choppy. If the market's selling off, it'll put kind of a lid on the stocks that are running. You can still get the crazy runners here and there, but it's just not as likely that they run as far when the markets are selling off and having a lid on things. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I got to go grab a Blue Moon and then eat some hot wings or something. Hopefully you guys all had a great day, a great evening. Like I said, the Discord link is on the community tab if anybody wants to join in on that. If not, you can comment. You can hit me up in my email. My email is nomadtradinglife@gmail.com for anybody that has any questions and stuff. I get quite a bit of emails from people, and I answer them as quickly as I can, so bear with me. And yeah, I'm actually thinking about doing a mentor situation. I'm not a stock trading guru, but for people that are just starting out and want to know like how to set up platforms and very basic technical analysis type stuff, I'm thinking about doing some of that. So if anybody's interested in that, hit me up in the emails or the comments. And yeah, something I'm considering. I've never done it before, but with Zoom and the technology of screen sharing and all that kind of stuff, I'm considering doing that as another avenue to make money from home. So anybody interested in getting started with stock trading and watching this can hit me up, and I might be interested in doing that. Anyway, y'all have a great evening. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. I got more videos in the works. I've just been more focused on trading than I have making YouTube videos. So coming at you soon. I got a new, actually, little teaser. One of my subs turned me on to a new beta test scanner, like an actual live scanner, not a free screener, but free for now scanner that I'm going to make a video about. I'm just testing it out and working with it for several days before I make a video about it, and trying to get permission from them to see if I can share it to my people and how long they plan on running the beta test, because for now it's free, which is an awesome service, and so far I really like it. So that's a little bit of a teaser of a video to come for those of you who watch this. Talk to you soon. Have a good evening. Peace.